Welcome back. So today we'll be going through the restoring of this log splitting maul, getting its head back into some shape. As you probably see, there's some surface rust on here that needs taking off. The handle itself, it's in really good condition to be fair. It just needs treating. I'm going to put some linseed oil on that and get this back up to shape really. While we're at it, we're also going to be treating the little hatchet, the Husqvarna hatchet. This is generally good condition, just needs the handle treating again, some of the sap knocking off, and there's a fine edge putting back onto it. So these are the tools we're going to be using today. They range from the sandpaper to knock most of the rust off, to sharpening stones and clamps that we're going to need to hold certain items down. So firstly, when we have a look at this, we can see it's quite a bit of surface rust on here, especially on this side where it's not been treated the greatest. So what we're going to do is get all this off. We'll start off with the sandpaper, and then if we need it, we'll come to the brush on the drill. So we've got 80 grit sandpaper to start with. As you can see, it's already knocking off some of that rust. But I just think maybe the amount that's on here is just a bit too fine. Let's try the wire brush. Give this a go. That's doing a much better job. What you don't want to do is press too hard on it. We're not trying to take too much of anything away. Down here needs quite a bit more work doing to it. You can see there's quite a bit of rust under there. Looking a lot better now. Is looking much better. A bit more work. This. It's just that one little stubborn spot. You can come back to that. That's looking much better. we've got, now we can see there's a lot more of the rust has disappeared now. It's been knocked off. You just, I don't know what we're going to do about that bit. So we'll try and take the sandpaper back to it. Now hopefully the reason this will be a bit easier to get it to some sort of acceptable condition is I do generally look after the axes that I've been given. And this did have a coat of oil, stop any rust. Unfortunately, I think I was a bit not as generous as I should have been. So as you can see, that's coming up a lot nicer than what it was. And under there. So that's a much better place for us to start. We'll polish at the end as well. So what we're going to do now we've got all that rust off and we're down to a smooth surface. You can always see if you're onto a smooth surface just by touch. Even though that's more embedded. And we're on the back, that's all good. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take the Lansky whetstone, and we've got this Draper oilstone. I prefer using the handheld. So we've got a coarse side and a finer side. Now, as we're not looking for the sharpest edge, we're not chopping with this, we're literally splitting. We don't need a razor sharp edge on it, so we won't need that at the moment. But what we'll do is put a few drops of oil on here to help hone this in. And what we'll do, just you can see where we need to come at more of an angle. Now these Lansky stones are excellent if you just want something in your hand. It's quite a beat up edge over here, so I think I need a bit more work on there. As you can see, the edge is much better now. What we'll do now, just wipe all this oil off so we can get a fresh look of it. As you can see, we're missing a bit just here. It's a little bit dark. Now I know some people put permanent marker on. Don't think we need to yet. I think we're definitely missing some at the bottom here, so Now, I think if you look at that, it's in a much better place than we were when we started. And already we've got a bit of an edge on there, all the way up. Not so much there, that needs taking back. I don't think we're going to get much more of a better edge on that, because the way it's been damaged, where somebody's either hit something solid with it. So we'll try and work this side as best we can. Well, as I say, we're not trying to put a razor sharp edge on this. We just want something that's going to bite into the wood, not bounce and start swinging into your leg. And just feel, because that'll be your biggest indicator of where you need to start taking, or start working, sorry. So I don't think we're going to get a better edge on the top there. Sorry. So this maul in general is now in much better condition, much better position to start splitting wood again. And what we'll do, we'll just finish the nice handle, nice hickory handle here, with a bit more boiled linseed oil. So now we've done our work with that. Much better. Just feel for the blunt spots. Really work it. Don't be afraid to apply too much pressure in sharpening. It's not good to just try and be gentle with it, because you'll never get an edge. Now, I know some people have special sharpening tools for this, electric ones, and that's fine. You can use them. Just when it comes to axes and mauls, I prefer to just go a bit more old school. So what we do have is this Husqvarna hatchet. Look at that. Hand forged in Sweden. You can see that. So what we'll do here is we've really got a bit of an edge on there. So we'll get the fine touch. As you bring that through, you can see where we've not worked, where we are working, and then we'll do the other side. Sticky sharp. So I can feel that one side is sharper than the other, so what we'll do is we'll keep working this side. We'll just do the paper test. Straight through. So now we've got those nice and sharp. What we'll do is we'll treat the handles now. So we'll always treat them with boiled linseed oil. Now most people, you can either apply it to a rag, rub it up and down, put it in. But I tend to get these from the petrol station. What you'll do is you'll just work it in. Put a handful on there. And just rub it in. You don't need that much once you've treated it, but don't forget, never forget the end. Really work that in. You'll think it's not going to go in to begin with, but let the heat of your hand do most of the work. Don't forget the end grain. And what you want to do with your axe handles is, I can't remember where I heard it, but you want to treat them, if they're brand new, you want to treat them once a week for a month, once a month for a year, and then once a year thereafter. And then we'll hang that back up. And we'll do the same with the little hatchet. Get a nice amount into your hand and just work it in. You always want to use boiled linseed oil, it just dries a bit quicker than regular linseed oil. Get that in. What you also want to do is just put a light coating of the oil over the metalwork. That'll stop that from rusting. And hang that one up. So that's those two looking much better condition now for the winter. Hopefully you guys can go and do that to your own equipment, or if you find anything in car boot sales. What we will do at some point, we'll be making a new sheath for the little Husqvarna axe, because that's not going to protect anybody at this point. But if you haven't already, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.